As of today, Jimmy and I have exactly 1 month until we need to leave South Carolina, which means we only have a month left to finish this van build before we start full-time van life. I don't know if you've had a look at the van recently, but she is far from being totally done, so we've really got our work cut out for us. To be fair, we're not totally starting from zero. There is a lot that already has been done. Just last week you saw us test and finish up the shower.
Wow.
When I think about it, we really have gotten a lot of progress done on the build, but we're very far from being able to fully move in here and not rely on anything else for our day-to-day functions. It's gonna be a pretty tough last month, especially compared to how slowly and luxuriously we've been able to build for these last 9 months? Is that right? Yeah, 9 months. Jeez. People grow a human in that time, and we're like generously 60% done with the van. We're fine. Probably the biggest, most exciting project that we've been working on has been our kitchen countertop. We went to a lumber yard that's local and picked up some walnut planks. Jimmy has planed them down, joined them, edge glued them, and they're starting to really look like a real counter. The really special kind of extra thing that we're doing with this to try and save on some weight because wood can get really heavy. Jimmy did this really cool thing with the table saw where he cut a 45-degree angle off of all of the visible sides of our countertop and then folded it over and re-glued it together at a 45-degree angle. So it's kind of this cool waterfall effect, but the big reason he did that is so that it looks like we've got a really thick, sturdy, 2-inch thick slab of butcher block for our counter, when really it's, I think, 3/4 inches. So it's much, much lighter than it's going to look. And then of course we couldn't resist going around with a chamfer bit and routing the edges. So it's looking really, really cool, and it's gonna be even more convincing once you don't see the sides like you do right now. The final step on that is gonna be poly. So we've mixed some wipe-on poly. It's oil-based. That's probably gonna be about 6 coats, so we'll be kind of doing that in the background for the next couple days. And we should have a kitchen countertop pretty soon. Super proud of how it's turning out.
Ready?
Ready.
I'm excited for this too.
Me too.
Oh boy.
That really brings out the wood tone.
Yeah. That's a good thing, right?
Yes, that's gorgeous. It's such a rich color.
It really is. Looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Like it looked good before, but it's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
As proud as I am of everything in this van, my favorite thing is probably our elevator bed. There is a little modification that we're definitely gonna have to make before we get the countertop in here. And it's basically because the bed you see behind me is not the full size of the bed. We built in a slide that locks in or out, and when it comes out, you put the foot of the bed on it. I'll show you. The foot of the bed is like basically just more of this mattress that we set on here, and that makes it a full traditional full-size bed. It's up at the front, but it's just so neatly tucked away and I can barely reach it, so I'm just gonna leave it where it is for now. But just imagine, mattress goes all the way out to here, because that's how we do it at night. To climb up into bed, we have just been stepping from the floor onto the top of the kitchen cabinet carcass. It's quite a stretch, but we're pretty able to do it. Here's where the problem comes in. With the extra pullout for the mattress, we have to be really careful when we get up here, because if you'll notice, it sticks out about 1.5 feet from the support, which is kind of where it will seesaw if you put too much weight on that as you're getting into or out of the bed. We've gotten pretty good at getting in and out of bed so that we don't do that, but you can, it's happened. So it'll just kind of flip the bed up like an inch or so, not a big deal, until we have our kitchen countertop in place. And then that hard metal corner is gonna be right on our nice walnut kitchen counter that we are spending so much effort and time on. We're not sure exactly what we're gonna do to stabilize the bed. There's a lot of different ways you could do it. We're still kind of trying to figure out what's gonna be the easiest thing, because every time we add a step to the process of setting up or taking down the bed, we are adding something that we are going to be doing daily for years and years and years. But we're on a big time crunch now, so we might have to be a little bit less picky, come up with something temporary just to protect the countertop so that we can just get on the road. Look, guys, if I can just be really straightforward with you for a second. We were never supposed to be in South Carolina for this long, not even close. We first came here in December to celebrate Christmas. It is now October. We've been here way, way, way too long. It's been really nice, but we do miss our regular, weird, nomadic life. And I feel like if we don't go back soon, I don't know when we would. And we really do want to go back on the road. We miss it a lot. And yeah, I think it's just going to be quite a push to try to change our pace. And if we leave and the van's not done, we will just kind of have to figure it out. It'll be fine. The big reason there's a deadline all of a sudden is because we are meeting up with some family in New Mexico for Thanksgiving, and we've decided we really want to drive the van there, and that'll just mark the start of our return to full-time travel. Hopefully that'll also coincide with the end of the van build. We will really do our best to make that the case. The big things that we need to do, we need to be able to sleep in here, which check, we've been sleeping out here for months, so nailed it. We need a way to cook and make food. We need a way to use the bathroom. And also, I don't want to overlook the importance of having furniture and places to sit, places to set things down, places to store the stuff that we will take with us. That's a lot of really big projects, and yeah, I'm just kind of trying to hold it together. Pretty stressed out, a lot of pressure, but we're just gonna do our best. And one way or another, we're gonna be fully dependent on this van a month from today. Coat number 7 of Wipe on Poly is drying on our kitchen countertop right now, but we decided to go ahead and move it to a different room while it's drying so that we can still use the workshop and not coat it in sawdust. That's still in the works, but we are gonna temporarily shift gears and start working on making some more of the kitchen cabinet boxes. We've already made 2 of these and they're fully installed in the van. The walls are made out of real walnut hardwood, and then the bottom of it is 1/4-inch walnut veneer plywood. They're super sleek when they're all done. We're really kind of pulling out all the stops. We really need to be scaling back on things like that if we're trying to finish the build or get it so that all the essentials are done. But while we've got downtime, I don't know, like it just doesn't make sense to try and make them so that they're not nice. We're really struggling to pull back the reins on some of this, but we will move as quickly as we can, even though we're really not scaling back on the luxury of it. We have had our Bluetti Apex 300 running under our workbench for a few months now, and we use it seriously every single day. Anytime we use the table saw, shop vac, lights, chargers, you name it, we're running it off of our Apex 300. We use it to run some crazy high draw power tools, and it has absolutely no trouble keeping up with us. This one unit can output both 120 volts and 240 volts simultaneously. The Apex 300 series is built around this really cool idea: start simple, scale smart. So whether you're running an RV, a small shop, or setting up a home backup power system, the Apex 300 gives you a path to scale your off-grid power system without throwing away what you've already invested. You can start with one base unit like ours, then expand on it later if your needs grow. And by connecting 2 or 3 of these units together in parallel, along with between 1 and 18 batteries, you can grow your system to have up to 58 kilowatt hours of capacity and 11.5 kilowatts of output. That's basically a full home power system, but it's portable. It's built to be a simple plug-and-play solution, so it's incredibly flexible. It also works seamlessly with generators or RV hookups using 20 amp, 30 amp, or 50 amp ports. And if you're in a van or RV, you can pair the Apex 300 with Bluetti's Charger 1 to charge while driving. And a D1 hub will let you power your DC appliances too. And if you're leaning into solar power like we are, the Apex 300 is a powerhouse for that too. It supports up to 30 kilowatts of solar input when paired with Bluetti's Solar X 4K regulator, and it's compatible with a ton of existing setups. On top of all of that, it's also incredibly efficient. The Apex 300 uses new technology that gives it the lowest no-load power draw in the world, just 20 watts at idle. And it's rated for over 6,000 charge cycles, which means it'll still hold 80% capacity after over a decade of use. So whether you're working on your own build, powering an off-grid cabin, or just want a future-proof energy setup, click the link in our description to shop Bluetti's Apex 300 series.
And then how tall do you want the tray to come up on the cam?
I feel like 2.5 or maybe 3. I have always said that the best thing about building your own custom van is that you can customize exactly everything. So like all the drawers are exactly how tall we want them. That does put a lot of pressure on decisions like this. We've got a plan, so in the middle we're gonna have the silverware drawer, which Jimmy's already built, that's fine. And then the little lower door section is gonna actually have 3 pull-out drawers within it. And that's where we're gonna be keeping most of our food storage that's not in the refrigerator. The right side also is gonna have an upper drawer that's already, we have the box built already. And then underneath that is where our plumbing stuff is tucked away in the very back. And we're gonna keep our trash can in that front area. So the boxes we're focusing on first, or at least right now, are the 3 that are gonna go in that center section behind the swinging door. The drawer sides we've got are like the push to open kind. Is that what they're called? Push to open?
Yeah, push open.
Yeah, so we've got push to open drawer slides, so they're pretty fancy and we don't have to worry about having barrel latches to keep our drawers shut while we're driving. So that's why we're not super worried or focused on the faces right now. We're just trying to get some boxes in there so that we can actually store things, because I really think that's gonna help us move in faster. So first things first, we've got a bunch of this walnut hardwood left over. And we also went out and bought some new boards. We have no self-control. We'll be using pieces bigger than this, but just for reference, this is kind of what they come like from the lumberyard. These are about 1 inch thick, and we need to get them so that they're about 1/2 inch thick. So we'll plane them down and get them into nice shapes and nice looking boards so that they don't look so rustic.
What's the angle? I'm not playing that game. It's the same business with a different name. Who's the target? Sorry, I'm not in the market. If I quit buying, you can't sell me anything. No thanks, I'll pass. I don't want any.
I wanted to show you this cool thing that we just got for using the table saw. It's called the gripper. It's a push block and it has a bunch of safety features built in to make it much safer to use the table saw. It was a little bit pricey because we've just been using plywood shoes before that, like Jimmy would just cut out a shoe and use a piece of plywood. So this is much more expensive than that, but I can't put a price on having all of our fingers.
It's about time for another lecture. You do it too, if you knew what's good for you. Future minded, it's not much for peace of mind, my friend. If I quit pie, tell me what would happen then.
So when they come through, like they're pointing in that direction. And so when you put them on the table, if you could point them that way,
Okay.
like, yeah, just so I know which way they're pointing.
Okay.
I got the grain directions lined up so it doesn't like cause tear out.
Okay. I like that.
No thanks, not now. I made it this far somehow. I'll just take my chances.
So we just hit 3/4 inch and we gotta get down to 1/2 inch. So we are just getting started.
Oh, nice.
I don't wanna put a penny in your machine. I don't wanna put a penny in your machine. This satisfaction guaranteed.
Jimmy got all the boards for the drawer foxes totally square and they look really, really pretty. He went and routed these edges, these grooves. He used the table saw for it. So normally you would use like a dado blade for that. We don't have one, so he just ran it through the table saw with the blade not going all the way through the wood. And he did that a couple times to get it as wide as we needed. And that's just a 1/4 inch wide gap around all of these sides of the boxes. And that's gonna hold the veneer plywood that's gonna go in the middle. So it's a super clean looking thing. He also did rabbet joints with the router so that whenever these sides are joined together, they're gonna fit really nicely and not just butt up against each other. So the two sides of each box have the rabbet route on either side of them, and then the front and back just have the table saw groove. We're just gluing them one at a time because we have a limited number of clamps. Another thing that I do think is important to point out is that since these are not going to be the faces of the cabinets, we're going to be applying faces to them later on down the road, we don't have to make every single side of them pretty. So this is our one super ugly board. This will be facing the front, I believe, either the front or the very back. So you will never see this once we have a face on it, or if it's in the back, you'll never see this once we have the drawers in because it'll be always at the back facing the wall. This is a really good way for us to use up some of our scrap walnut hardwood. A lot of cabinets and houses just use plywood, so this is pretty over the top, gonna be very pretty. This is kind of a big day. We've got 13 coats of wipe-on poly totally done on the kitchen countertop, and we're about to take it in for a test fit, and hopefully if all goes well, we'll be installing it today too. I am so shocked at how great this turned out. Since Jimmy edge glued this with I think only 3 or 4 pieces of wood wide, it looks a lot less patchwork, I think is what I'm trying to say, than the butcher block that you would buy at Home Depot. And I actually have a pretty good reference point. I forgot we had this. This is butcher block that me and Jimmy got from Home Depot like 5 years ago. We stained it dark walnut with no wood conditioner. We just put some kind of poly on it. I think it was probably oil based. But it just looks so splotchy, and seeing the dark walnut stain next to actual black walnut hardwood with no stain, by the way. That's not stained at all. It's crazy how different it is. I'm so shocked and so ecstatic about how it turned out, and I can't wait to get this thing in the van.
Wow.
Yeah, I like
That's
that.
a nice looking tabletop.
Yeah.
I'm like sad to add a sink here.
I know, it's so sad to cover it up.
Yeah.
I cannot believe how good this looks. I'm so glad that we did the wraparound so that it looks thicker than it actually is, because it's very light to carry, but it looks really, really nice. And the chamfer profile on the side, I'm so glad that's you. Hi.
I don't know what we would need, so I brought everything.
Oh, cool. Good idea. We almost have a totally usable kitchen. The only little things we've got to do before this is actually permanently installed is we've got to get the sink faucet, the sink basin, and the stove situated.
Since we're taking off the feet, it would be harder to like take it outside to cook, but it's pretty rare anyway.
That's true.
Nice, good.
Awesome.
It's a tight fit, but it works.
Wow, that looks so good.
Yeah,
Man, that's fancy.
it's real fancy.
This is our first time using an induction cooktop. It's supposed to be a little bit more energy efficient because it doesn't have the radiant heat loss that a normal electric cooktop would. Only little drawback that I'm aware of is that we just have to make sure that we have all magnetic pots and pans because it uses an electromagnet to heat up. Pretty fancy. Seeing the bed with the kitchen counter, I think it is gonna be too risky just to leave the setup how we have been using it. I mean, we figured we'd probably have to rework our temporary solution for the bed supports, but I think we're just gonna basically raise them up a little bit and probably put a towel over the stove when we pull the bed down at night. It's not ideal, but it is temporary. We will figure something else out that's more streamlined for later. We've got some L brackets installed to hold the countertop down to the kitchen cabinets. Jimmy went ahead and already ran the gray tank plumbing, so the sink is all ready to just plug in and we'll have it connected to the gray water tank. We just need to drill a hole for the sink drain, install the faucet on the countertop, and then we can put our vessel sink on top of the counter. Our plan is to use the Sikaflex stuff that we used for the shower tiles, and that's how we're gonna connect the vessel sink to the countertop. We'll just scuff it up a little bit and that should work really well. Whoa.
Got it. Do you need any ice?
Huh? don't even play. Wow.
Can you see that? Like on camera?
Oh, the tube?
Yeah.
Oh,
It
yeah, a
almost
little
fits
bit.
perfectly. I just gotta
Oh,
shrink it
man.
up.
Oh, that's so cool.
Got it.
Awesome. The next part feels so wrong, but we're gonna sand the top of the counter where the sink is gonna go so that it's scuffed up, and that should help the Sikaflex bond better to the countertop. That's so much worse than I thought, our poor counter.
I know. Hopefully I didn't make it too big.
No way.
All right, so just don't forget, so you can go and flip it over, just the seam goes towards the faucet, I think.
Okay. Here?
Yep, and then just straight down in the middle. It's all right if it's like a little off to begin with. Okay, that's good.
Okay. All right. So this won't break.
Shouldn't. Probably.
If it can't handle 25 pounds, you should probably know now. Do you need any help with this one?
You just tell me when it looks good.
It's looking pretty good right now.
All right, so the Sikaflex is holding the sink down, but the drain has nothing to do with the Sikaflex. So we can go ahead and test it even though we just installed it.
Ooh, that's scary.
Yeah, I think it should be good.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
I think so.
Should probably check it before I pour the whole thing, huh?
I would think, yeah. But,
Yeah, it seems fine.
Wow, that is a bowl sink. That's so cool.
Ah, that is so cool. I feel like it's trying to drain as fast as it can.
Yeah, it's like a. It's hard to
see.
tell, but it's like.
Yeah, I think it's the little holes that are like
Oh.
making it dip. Like it's, I see little vortexes in there. I don't know if that makes sense, but the holes in the drain are so small.
Oh wow.
I think it's going down though.
I guess that is a lot to pour down at once.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
a
a lot.
little surprised it's a.
It's a lot slower than I thought, but I do not think it's my plumbing work. I think it's the drain size, like the holes in that little gold thing, or excuse me, brass.
Brass, yeah.
It's my bad.
Well, it's I mean, it holds water very well, perfectly. Oh, bunny.
I know. Let me see our work. Yeah. Oh no.
No.
Okay. He's like, it's after 5. My shift is ended.
Yeah, mine too. This looks so good though. I love this. Thank you, Jimmy.
Cool. It's not leaking.
Nice.
You wanna go check under the van for us?
Struck a little GoPro to him. Hey, buddy. Thank you. Oh. Never skip sink day. Cocky. Hi, buddy. Buddy, could you look at me? Oh, that's so cute, buddy. Yes, thank you. Oh my goodness, buddy, you're the best. You're literally paying the bills. Work it, kitty. Oh, thank you. I'm showing the one with the big circle knot in it.
Yeah, that's like the worst. That's literally the worst word.
Oh no.
That's,
Oh no.
Still showing a knot.
It's still bad. Yeah, that's weird. Oh no, there's a knot.